Good morning.
Is that The Witch is Dead? Ding dong. Oh, The Witch is Dead.
I think so. That's how that goes.
What's that from?
I keep thinking Wicked, but it's the one that's not Wicked. It's the
Yellow Brick
Dorothy
Road.
and the Yellow Brick Wizard of Oz.
The Wizard of Oz. I've never seen The Wizard of Oz.
I think I've seen it like once. That's kind of like character flaws, isn't it? According to some.
Yeah, never seeing it.
Yeah.
I get a lot of.
How could
Yeah.
you
How? Like, we watched it in school.
watch it in school? Why?
Music class, baby. Why not?
There's so many better music movies to watch, but I don't know.
It's
I guess
iconic.
if I haven't seen it and lived with it and loved it, can I be the judge? No, I am not going to make myself a judge. Did you grab a little towel?
It's somewhere around here.
Okay. Oh, you just stopped it. Making a mess around here.
Mm-hmm. Give that a whiff. Smell that.
Mm-hmm. Very faint, but good. Gotta get my
Oh,
nose in there more.
man. Yeah, get your schnoz right up in there.
You've got a longer schnoz to get up in there.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Good morning.
Ledge Fox. Good morning. How are you? We're just enjoying some tea. If you want to get something warm
To drink.
to drink,
Welcome.
welcome.
We're excited you're here. Welcome. Give it the old rinsey poo, our tea.
Mm-hmm. Wake it up. I'm fine. Ledge Fox says she's fine. I don't know why
They
I
fine.
gendered. Yeah.
I think that's a mask. Like a hockey mask type of face.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen it before. I'm fantastic. I
He
keep
said,
saying
and
we.
you. Yeah, no, I'm doing great too.
It's
We out here.
yeah, we live in a really, really cool place. It's a cloudy day and windy, but I mean, we live out in like farm country area, and there's a big view of the big field, and there's a river that runs just like that, and it's beautiful. So it's hard to complain, especially in the morning when the sun is coming up from over there,
Yeah.
and it's just nice, chill life.
Yeah, and I just moved out here, so I get to enjoy it. They're Brazilian.
Brazilian?
Person.
Are you
That's
in
neat.
Brazil right now?
And what time is it?
Yeah.
We were just talking about we're just talking about time zones.
Sweet.
Cool.
Yeah.
They said yeah.
They said, yeah. Chilling in
Listen,
Brazil right
man.
now.
10 a.m. in Brazil.
Fantastic.
Cool.
Right, because Brazil is on that eastern side of South America. Well, how fun.
That's neat.
What's been going on in Brazil lately? I'm not up on world history. I mean, the classic
History.
American.
World anything.
World anything. Yeah, the only thing that I've heard other that I've looked into from Brazil in a while is you guys President Lula. I don't know what your feelings are on Lula, but that's what I have been exposed to from Brazil. That's really interesting.
Oh, good.
I love my country, really. That's great. That's great.
Sorry. Tea in the wrong pipe. That's beautiful.
We're from so the North Midwest of America. If you look right smack dab in the middle of North America, there's a state in the U.S. called North Dakota, and that's where we're from.
We're both from North Dakota, but we're a little bit we're a little bit away from North Dakota right now,
yeah.
on the Minnesota side of things, but still up north, Midwest, farm country, like Tyler said. It's just
Real rural
Real.
areas. Thank you.
Aw, they said, you guys are so cute.
Yeah.
That's so cute of them to say.
Yeah, so we're recording a little morning thing, and we got a little YouTube channel that's the same name, See You at Mike's, and we have a podcast. We come on and hang out in the morning around this time every day.
It's not.
And so, yeah, if you like hanging out, come join us. We'll be here. I like Tuesday through Friday at around this time is pretty much where we're hitting.
Yeah, I just tried to pour some of the wash of my cup onto these little teapots here, but the water isn't hot enough to make them change color. When the water is hot, they change color. Here's a little frog. His name is Momo,
Momo.
like from Avatar: The Last Airbender, if you're familiar
Yeah.
with that show. And then this is Appa, also named from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Fun thing about tea is when I was first getting into tea, one of the reasons why I got into it so quickly was because I loved Uncle Iroh so much, and he loves tea, and so I started to love Uncle Iroh in that show, and because he loved tea, I started thinking about tea.
That makes sense as to why you name your tea pets.
Yeah. So
Liz Fox said that they were navigating a site called Nobody.live.
wow.
And that's so exciting. So that nobody is listening to our channel. So they brought Ledge Fox to us.
How fun.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I was telling Hannah
Thanks, Ledge Fox.
that's the strategy that people do is find like small places because there's a lot of interaction.
Yeah.
I used to do that in the.
I am brand spanking new to the world of Twitch. Discord. Heard of her? Hardly even heard of her.
Heard of her.
So here I am,
Yeah.
but
Nobody.live. That's hilarious. I'm writing a song right now. We were just singing it.
yeah,
It's
I need more of it.
I'm just now starting to be somebody when all I want is to be Mr. Nobody. So the best thing that you can do for me is leave me out of your dreams so I can remain and be Mr. Nobody. And then one of the verses like, and because nobody never takes sides, and nobody never dies, and nobody knows how to love, because nobody loves all the time. And nobody never wants good, nobody never makes bad, and nobody knows what it takes to make the world a better place. And that's what we got so far.
He's the one that's been writing songs because he's lived here in the world of peace and calm for much longer than I have. So
Yeah.
I'm getting into it, but he's the one that's behind the mastermindery of all the songs.
Thank you, Ledge Fox. I usually sing with a guitar, and for a long time I had a codependent relationship with the guitar where I couldn't sing at all without the guitar. I would get so lost. I'd be like changing keys and singing the wrong notes all the time.
I remember the first time singing with Tyler. I've been singing my whole life, and I've always been like really into music and stuff like that. Mostly singing, right? But the first time I remember singing with Tyler, we were around a campfire, and I was standing next to him, and I was like, man, this dude cannot sing, but he was having quite a blast. So it was really fun.
Oh, fun. Now you're over on Twitch.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. Well, that's cool that there's like sites that are like auxiliary to Twitch that'll give you a boost.
Yeah. I didn't know. I
think-
barely knew about Twitch, so.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
But that would be fun. We get into how we met and how we ended up together would be something that
We
would
could,
probably be fun to get into. But
yeah.
we, so there's this place that we worked at a Bible camp,
Bible camp.
Christian Lutheran Bible camp, and we had both gone there as through our whole lives
As kiddos.
as kiddos. You can start going there. Well, when we were young, you can start going there when you're going into third grade.
Oh, yeah.
Now I think you can go there going into second grade, and it's just for one overnight at that point. And then
Like a little
yeah,
squishies.
each grade's
Aw.
oh, how fun!
Slash
Yeah,
box.
please come join. Get into tea or get into whatever morning drink you're into, and come join us. It's really
Ledge Fox said
fantastic.
that they'd like to join us more often, so they turn their notifications on. And that's awesome.
But as you grow older, you can go to the camp longer, and at some point you go for a whole week. And we,
Sixth grade, if that matters.
yeah, Hannah is a triplet. So she's got two identical twin
true.
brothers.
Put up two fingers when
Yeah.
you were saying two brothers.
And so
Ledge Fox.
that's
so
fine
you
if you
wanted
don't
to-
like tea,
I mean,
as long as you get your body hydrated and you take care of
Yeah.
yourself.
we didn't start drinking tea. I mean, it was rather recent that we started drinking tea, but I always like sweet beverages
Yeah.
more. But
This tea is really
hot cocoa, anything.
like artisan quality tea from like straight from farmers in China. There's these countries, or not countries, there's these companies here in the West that have found a market to go over to China, buy tea basically directly from the farmers. And so it's like really high quality, really like organic. It's not industrialized at all, like how Western tea or a lot of other Chinese
tea
tea
bags
is.
and stuff like that
Yeah.
is like very low quality tea and just made like packaged all nicely so that I don't know
And so
Western society can
it's like
be quick and easy in drinking.
look at it, big,
Looks like a mushy
whole
like
leaves.
moss on the screen, but
yeah,
yeah, they're just cute little leaves,
yeah,
fun to chew on.
and they taste very different all the time. So like it's a Chinese style of drinking tea called gongfu cha.
Just
Am I vegan? Not really. I'm a little
vegetarian.
too, yeah, I'm accidentally like vegetarian right now. I don't eat, like buy meat because it's expensive. I wouldn't really ever buy meat anyway. Like I don't cook meat at all. But I do eat eggs because they're really cheap and have a lot of nutrition.
Tyler has been vegan. I have not been vegan. I've been vegetarian, but we kind of live by the yes vegetarian, but we will eat meat like when given to us. We just don't really.
And we're out here in the middle
Buy
of
it.
a farm country where meat is like,
This is beef country. Beef
And
is what's
so-
for dinner. So
yeah, it's pretty hard to go anywhere and not find meat in
gosh.
everything.
yeah, I mean, there's every restaurant, everything only pretty much serves meat. So like, unless you buy a salad everywhere you go out to eat, this Midwest area we live in is very, very meat central. So, like both of our father figures, two of our father figures, I guess, bought in the last year like huge meat cooking devices.
Yeah,
Smoker.
Traeger smokers or pellet grills.
And they're like advanced meat technology.
You laugh with K. So Lejfox says in Brazil, you laugh with K when you're writing to someone. I've not heard that. When someone says K in America, in like over like a text, it's usually like
Okay.
it's a shortening of okay.
They said it's like
That's funny. Yeah, I like that far more than saying ha 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 ha.
It feels silly to write ha 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 too, because it's
Yeah.
like it maybe I don't know if it feels more genuine if you have just one letter and you don't have to figure out how many H's and A's and H and A's you put in it. Or if it's too like mainstream basic the way you
Yeah.
spell ha ha.
But
I don't know.
looking,
Do other people care about that? I care about that, I guess.
yeah, in America,
LOL.
people do
Yeah.
LOL and LMAO for sure.
Yeah. I feel like well,
Seeing the K's is how I feel laughing. Like I feel like that's me
you give
like
a guffaw.
looking at how the K's look when they
Yeah.
line up with each other. That feels like how my body is moving when
I don't know if I understand, but I am glad. I'm really glad.
that's okay.
LOL or LMAO. Yeah, people do, but Tyler and I are so like not engaged in like culture. In like
Yeah.
pop culture and writing, like I don't know, like texting a lot.
My online Ledgefoss muted their online class so they could hear.
Oh yeah, Tyler's not in school and I just graduated, so
I'm a college dropout.
no more school for me for now. We graduated kind of early. We're done like well, graduation was May 2nd at Concordia College in Moorhead, Minnesota. So that's kind of early, I guess,
Well,
for the rest of the
Ledgefoss says they hate school, but are you guys so? Here's my imagination. South of the equator, the seasons are flipped, right?
Yeah.
So we're going into summer. Are you guys going into a winter period?
good thoughts, good thoughts.
And if so, are you just starting school? Because we just finished school. So
Well, winter's also really long here.
yeah, we're quite north. You guys would be around like Texas.
We also, I mean, I have no clue how Brazil runs their school. Like, do you have school year round?
Oh yeah.
What time is it there now?
It is 8:48 a.m. 8:48 a.m. in the early or mid springtime.
Yeah, mid-spring, I would say. Oh, thank you. I forgot to pour myself more tea. Very good.
So good. So very good.
How would you say that this tea is different
Yeah,
than
it's 2 hours later.
yesterday?
This tea is different than yesterday. So yesterday we drank a young puer, which is it's like 2 years old. It was from what, 2019? Yes, it
Maybe?
was from 2019. So it's 2 years old.
No, I don't know.
This is from 2017, so it's almost 5 years old. And as it grows older, some of the more like green flavors, like the bean and the kind of grassy flavors, start to fall away. So the flavor that we're drinking right now, because it's a little bit older, is got some like caramely notes coming in, some like hay notes coming in, and sweet oats. As well as having still that green flavor of like a little bit of like bean, a little bit of like green, like American green beans. And
It tastes much better than I taste. I taste like dry, astringent,
it's got a lot of that too.
like makes me want to go like this to my tongue. Nah, nah, nah. You know? Like
Yeah.
it's dry.
It
in my
tastes
mouth.
it tastes very dry. It doesn't feel like you're
good.
drinking water. But
No.
yeah, that's a part of it. As it grows older too, that dryness will mellow out.
You know
it'll
what? I'm gonna go
start
get
to
the tea
taste-
cake.
It'll start to taste more like dirt.
I'm gonna get the cake and we can look at the tea cake.
So back to the story of Hannah and I and our meeting. We had been going to this camp as lifers. She's got twin brothers. I went to camp with them in like third grade, which we would be what, like 8 years old. And I knew that these twins existed. And what would it be? junior year of high school for us, which is 16 years old. And we ended up that's when you go to camp for a whole week. And it was our second to last year of being campers because you can be too old and then you have to start working there.
If you want to keep going.
If you want to keep going, which was my goal from the beginning. I mean,
yeah. We were both going there long enough to know that we wanted to work there eventually, and we really looked up to our like counselors and the people that were working there. So it was just a very natural transition. But as you're saying, 2 years before we could work there.
Yeah. So second to last year of being campers, we were campers together, and there's kind of like the cabins are split up by gender so that the males are in one and the females are in another. So there's just comfortable spaces for people to be.
Which, I mean, we could talk about that sometime as like changing. I don't know. It's a shifting thing, and I have different feelings about, splitting by sex assigned at birth, of people. I don't know. In a changing world, I don't know that Christian Bible camps are the first to make necessary changes like that. But anyway.
Oh, fun. Ledgefox just got a PS5.
Oh, cool.
Play with your cousin today. You're so excited. That's good for you. My uncle, I think, bought like 3 of them so that he could.
PS5?
Yeah, because they were short ordered, so you had to it was hard. They all got like sold out right away.
Yeah.
And so like nobody could get them, and he ended up getting 3 so that he could give them to a couple of his friends to play.
Cool.
What's the first game you're gonna play? That's an important
Xbox.
question.
I don't even know.
So we were campers together.
Yep.
I fell in love immediately, right? And I think it's Minecraft. That's a good one. That's a good one to christen the new system. Yeah. The only reason why I really want to get a PS5 right now is for Demon Souls.
Demon Souls. Part of the Dark Souls?
Yeah, wow.
I think you've said that enough times for me to connect the dots, but...
Yeah, no, you're a great dot connector.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Sometimes I'm really not a great dot connector, but I do sometimes connect dots.
Whoa.
Cake.
Yeah, nostalgic Minecraft. I've been playing Minecraft on and off since, probably around the same time. Maybe even a little bit earlier. But
Minecraft?
yeah. That's a game where it's timeless. I don't think it's ever going away.
Minecraft? Yeah.
It's like Legos.
It's like, it is culture. Legos. I do love Legos.
So I'm in love with Hannah, and we're spending a week together at camp, doing a bunch of stuff. And
part of the what Tyler was saying about the male cabin and the female cabin.
Oh yeah.
Is that part of our camp time during the week is that every day there's a time. Well, actually, most of the time, our 2 cabins would be together. Then, as we call it, adventure course. So, like, we do team building stuff during that time with the other cabin to like get to know more people around just our like small cabin group of like 10. So, group of like 20. And that's when Tyler and I met.
That's when we met. Ledgefox says that Minecraft is a game that the whole world has to play, which I think it would be an interesting initiative if you want something to do with your life. You can,
study how Minecraft has taken over the world.
No, not even study how Minecraft has taken over the world. You should get so that, maybe team up with one of those like world hunger things.
Oh.
And you get to play Minecraft when you eat your meal relief. And then everyone will be able to get to play. Well, like, if it's a quintessential video game.
Okay.
If it's that important, why not? It's like,
all right.
If someone's gonna do it, might as well be Ledgefox. I do not play Minecraft anymore. It's been a while, at least. I'll probably end up playing it again.
The closest I've gotten to playing Minecraft is watching Tyler play Minecraft. But yeah, what fun, you know. I like games such as that one in other ways. I would games it out.
Animal Crossings.
I just like Animal Crossings a lot. Yeah, I mean, I definitely have played video games in my life, but not. Well, I'm new to Twitch and Discord and all of the things, so
not
that
a
tells
gamer
you how
girl.
much I am in the gaming world right now. Um, yeah.
Yeah, this place is actually a retreat center.
Yeah.
So Ledge Fox says they're looking at our house and it looks, he doesn't know how it looks, but it looks pretty comfortable.
It's very relaxed.
Yeah, it's so it's a spiritual retreat center, and it is set up so that there can be like meditation and a bunch of weird groovy stuff going on. And so it's not necessarily set up like a house, but more of a place where multiple people and multiple families can come and stay.
Yeah, so like in the doorways behind us, you can see some of them are like rooms for multiple people. Some of them are like individual rooms, a couple bathrooms, stuff like that. But more of a place to host people. And we're just lucky enough that we get to stay for the summer. So
Yeah, and the roof is a living roof, so they have it's like the above the roof is a bunch of soil, and they planted plants up there that are living, and they keep the place more regulated temperature wise.
yeah, part of the living roof. It's not just a building with plants on top. It's
Oh yeah, it's built into the hill.
hill. So there's part of one side of the building is like
It's slanted
a
up.
hill. You could think of it as a hobbit hole, but a little bit less like a hobbit hole.
Well, I mean, hobbit holes are just not a dirty, stinky hole. It's a hobbit hole. Hobbit holes are nice.
I tried. It's not dirty, stinky in
We
here.
just got hugged. Thank you.
Aw.
I'll send hugs out to everyone
That's
at all
so sweet.
times.
I'll give a little side hug.
Yeah.
So you hope you feel it too. Ooh. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This place isn't dirty, stinky, but I think you're just quoting, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
too Lord of the Rings daft to catch it. To really know. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a good place to be. Really nice. They do their best to keep it. The owners do their best to keep it a place where people like to be, and where people can feel like they're taking a retreat, a spiritual retreat. So it's very open and light and organic feeling here. So I just feel very lucky to get to move in. And some of the stuff, I don't know if you can see stuff laying around or behind me, but I'm moving in and I brought some stuff. Like I think I said that yesterday, but I've got more stuff
Mm-hmm.
lying around now than there usually was. So yeah, moving in. I'm settling into the lifestyle of
Being a weirdo.
being a weirdo. Yeah, just hanging out with my things.
So I was in love with Hannah.
Yeah,
camp.
back to the story. Sorry.
Don't worry. I'll
Derailing.
No, this.
You'll keep bringing it back.
Yeah.
Okay, all
Don't
right.
worry. We can put down a supercut if we need it, but I don't think so.
Aw, Fernanda called us wonderful.
Thank you,
Fernanda.
Um,
I like that name.
yeah,
It's beautiful.
I was in love, and I was back at home, away from this camp. I had been talking to a lady, another lady that I thought I might be interested in being in a relationship with, but we had nothing really serious had happened. We had gone on a date or two. But at the end of the week, after I'd fallen hardcore, Hannah says to me, "It's sweet, you're cool, but I got a boyfriend." And I was like, "Oh, cool, no doubt, that's fine, cause I got a girlfriend," which I didn't.
You lied to me.
I
lied
just
to me.
to save my pride, I said that I had a girlfriend.
So there was a little context. I thought, I mean, we had gone along great through the week. We've just met. We've spent a week together, right? One of these days, I like to like make things, right? And I had been pretty crafty in my time at camp, especially making like friendship bracelets, you know. What's more stereotypical about camp than friendship bracelets? But I was making one because I was like, I'm pretty good at this. I've been coming to camp a long time. So I was getting string and stuff to like make this bracelet of mine. I was picking up the colors and I was like, this is so cute. They've got like hemp string at camp. And Tyler was like, oh, what are you making? He was like just lounging or like playing basketball or something. And I was like, I'm making a bracelet. And he was like, oh, I don't know how to make one. Can you make me one? I was like, sure, what color do you want? So throughout this week, I'm making him this bracelet. He asked me to make it for him, and I was like, we're becoming close, we're becoming friends, but I have a boyfriend at home. And I was like, I can't give this to him as like a token of my love without him knowing that I cannot be in love with him. So as you can see, I was enjoying my time with him enough to make him this friendship bracelet, but I had to let him know that I was not available. I don't know what my thought process was, but anyway, those were my thoughts.
It happened.
And so at the end of the week, when I'm like, here's this bracelet,
I was crushed.
token of our friendship,
but no boyfriend girlfriend thing.
right?
And I go back to the boys. And I'm like, damn, Hannah's got a girlfriend. They're all like, rough, dude.
Hannah's got a girlfriend. Not this time. Not a girlfriend that time.
Oh, sorry. Hannah's got a boyfriend.
Yep.
And
but they didn't know me. They're like, you were like, I met this girl at camp.
No, I go back to the boys of camp.
Oh, the boys of camp. Sorry.
Yeah,
I was
I'm like,
jumping
Hannah's got a boyfriend, and they're like, oh, rough, dude. They're all patting me on the back, like, man, you really got it this time. Okay, fast forward a year.
Yep, fast forward a year.
Last time being campers together.
Yep.
And
so the next year.
She's still got the same boyfriend. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of like, well, shit. Oh, the whole time of the year we had stayed in contact with each other, talking on and off, just staying in each other's lives a little bit, and we lived an hour apart.
At that point, yeah. Camp is farther away from both of us, so it's kind of a hike out to camp, not by feet, but
we lived an hour drive apart. We lived like 3.5 hours from camp.
Yeah.
We end up next year being campers together.
Mm-hmm. Again, same adventure course,
right,
in quotations,
but it's
situation.
All like the same campers, because by this point, a bunch of the campers have been whittled down to the same group that kind of goes through as like a cohort.
Yeah. Group. The camp lovers
of
our time.
And this is kind of like counselor in training. So you can come back for a couple years. You come as 1 week as a camper, a couple years. You come back as 1 week as a camper. Mm-hmm. You can come back another week to work on support staff doing like menial labor, the camp lovers.
To help out, yeah.
That's what Ledge Fox calls us.
The camp lovers.
How fun. Aww. And then you can come back another week to shadow a counselor. So go through being a counselor with one of the actual camp staff.
Yeah, and this is how our camp does it, and not necessarily all camps.
Right. And so we go through the week of camp. We do an all-nighter on the last night. Yeah,
so camp, like, let's, I don't know, the older you get, the more, like, leeway as the activities go. And our counselors, our leaders, like, trusted us enough to be like, yeah, these two,
we're all in the same building.
Yeah, we're just hanging out. They actually stayed up with us until
like 3 a.m.
Yeah, which is
college age kids.
Right nuts.
Now, Ledge Fox asks how old we are.
Yeah,
I'm 22, I think.
Yeah, you're 22. I'm 22. We're like a month apart in age.
She's older.
Yep, by a month. But at that point in our story, we're like 17. Yeah.
And so we pull an all-nighter. That kind of changes things.
Yeah, we just talked. We just talked all night.
Yeah.
And then the sun came up and we were like, We're so tired.
Well, it was at like 3 in the morning. We're like, well, is it worth it to go to bed? Like, no. Let's just do it. Let's just stay up all night.
I think we decided probably at like, not when our counselor went to bed at like 3, but we kept talking.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, I gotta go to bed. And we were like, yeah,
12.
you
Oh
go
my
to bed.
gosh,
You
how
got
exciting.
this. 12. That's
Heck
so
yeah.
sweet.
That's the best age for Minecraft, I think, for sure.
Yeah, oh my gosh. I think 12 is one of my favorite age people right now in my life.
Be weird. Be a weird 12-year-old if you can. It's great. Yeah, you can get by with a lot more stuff than you think you can, just being weird.
Yeah.
I made it, and I'm a freaking weirdo.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so if you can find being comfortable in that changing time. Yeah, especially, I mean, in the culture in America,
Yeah.
you're kind of surrounded by all these other 12 to 14-year-olds who are going through a bunch of bodily changes and stuff. And everyone's super weird and scared of each other. So I don't know how it is in Brazil and like how your school system works, but
Yeah.
I just can't stop calling you cute. Thank you.
That's so sweet.
Yeah. That tea is really freaking good.
Thank you. I keep forgetting about it. I'm so interested in my own story, I guess. So like engaged in this storytelling, I guess.
So she still has a boyfriend at this point. What are your favorite songs? What are your favorite song? Let's ask.
Song.
I say the Avett Brothers. It's not a song, but it's a band.
We just don't stop listening to the Avett Brothers.
Yeah, I
We
anything by the Avett Brothers. If you want a specific song, I would say "No Hard Feelings" by the Avett Brothers.
It's just top-notch
Yeah,
songery.
it might be one of the greatest songs of all time. You guys like "Talking to the Moon"?
By Bruno Mars, of course. You know that one.
I would
I do
hang
love
out
that
with
song. All of his Doo-Wops and Hooligans album, I think, which has Talking to the Moon on it, it's just, I think that's part of our, like, I don't know, that is like pop culture of the goodness. Do you
Yeah,
agree? That is like
yeah.
good pop culture, in my opinion. So cool. Is that your favorite song, Ledge Fox? Talking to the Moon? Oh man.
Oh, this is so
What
great.
a ballad. If you like Talking to the Moon, you might like No Hard Feelings as the world's two ballads that I love. So
Yeah,
Billie Eilish also lovely.
Billie
Ledge
Eilish.
Fox.
Who was it? Someone said that Billie Eilish is the Kurt Cobain of this generation.
Oh, that's interesting.
We don't have a Kurt Cobain or Billie Eilish in our generation, but that like the
Billie
young
Eilish
kids.
is our generation.
Yeah, but
She's like
the
our
young
age.
ones, so like Kurt Cobain for like middle and high schoolers was kind of like a coming of age, like
Figure.
very important figure, and so Billie Eilish for the coming of age people now is like a very important figure.
Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, but Miley Cyrus unfortunately had a lot of problems. Yeah, have hiccup burps.
Well, I mean, who
Oh
didn't
man,
have problems? Ah,
Yeah,
Lovely
you
by
can
Billie
play
Eilish.
music.
They're playing. Oh yes, I have gone through lots of piano, and I still have a very hard relationship with the instrument myself. But we're working on it. And Tyler is pretty spanking good at the guitar.
I'm getting better. I'm actually practicing now.
Yeah. I was a music major in college, so I had to do some more piano. Than some have to and most have to in college, but I passed my piano proficiency test once upon a time, so I'm proficient but struggling pianist.
I went to college with a Brazilian trumpet player who blew my brains out. He did
With
a
his
trumpet
trumpet?
solo, yeah. So in college, you do like a student showcase concert. So once a month,
At his college.
yeah. there's like a sign up sheet where often the professors would sign up their students because none of the students really wanted to. But this student who was
That
a
would scare
trumpet
me.
player, who was Brazilian, can't recall his name, but one of the most lovely trumpet players I've ever had the pleasure of listening to, played a solo, just him on the trumpet, and did things that I was so impressed with. But I saw him at a party later, and I was like, man, you are like really dang good. And he's like, thank you. He was very humble about it. And then he was like, I've seen you around the music building. What do you do? And I was like, oh, I study classical guitar. And he was like, yeah, classical guitar is pretty big where I come from.
Yeah.
The like middle South America. And he was like, your guitar teacher? He's like, no offense to the guy, I really like him. But he's like, if you want some real guitar, he's like, go to South America.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. America just does not have it all. Thank you.
Months later, after camp.
Back to the story.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
so
Hannah comes back to Shadow for a week.
Yeah. So
And
that same summer, like Tyler was saying, we try to like coordinate. Well, okay, no, my brothers and I have to get into like a special week because this summer is really busy for us. So our last summer of high school, the summer of that week of camp where we stayed up all night having a great conversation. Later, my brothers and I decide we'd like to go back and shadow.
Mm-hmm.
We plan to be counselors anyway, so why not go back and shadow counsel with some younger kids? So we pick a week, and then Tyler's there.
Yeah.
Magically, just kidding.
So I asked
He
her, I
doesn't
was like,
act
when are
right.
you going back? And she told me the week. And I had only planned to go back 1 week, which I had already gone back to.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going back a week that they don't let campers shadow on,
Yeah,
generally.
Yeah.
But they really loved our cohort.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked the person who sets everything up, I was like, hey, can I come back this week to do my menial labor week?
Oh, gosh.
They don't really, it's not that bad. I like sweat a lot of stuff.
It's like a help out week,
Yeah.
versus working directly like with other kids.
Mm-hmm. And
playing games.
there was a lot of tension.
Tension?
Oh, Leo, Easy is here. Is this a friend? Is this a friend of yours,
Hi,
Lunchbox?
Leo. There's some camaraderie going on.
Welcome to our
chat.
conversation. Oh, it is a friend.
Yay!
It is a friend. I
Hi,
love
Leo.
friends.
We love friends. Sweet.
We're in the middle of telling our relationship story.
Yeah.
Greetings. And we're just at the part where everyone who worked at the camp has a claim to our relationship.
Oh, yeah. They were like, so I'm still oblivious, right? I still have this other boyfriend, and Tyler, dies every time. I'm pretty oblivious. I'm like, I like this guy. We're great friends, friend
Mm-hmm.
zone, you know, how that be. And he's really great, but like, I wasn't really thinking about being in love because I was in another relationship. And so we go through this week, and I'm with kids directly, like with other younger kids, helping out with this other counselor, and he's doing more like helping around camp jobs, right? And somehow magically all of our like off time ends up being
together.
It's
like scheduled off time.
It's scheduled off time. It's off time for the kids, but then the staff gets like scheduled places. Mm-hmm. So our jobs were somehow magically put always together during that week.
Our break times.
Yeah.
So yeah. Then, so what happened with that was the program director of the camp said that they had a claim to our relationship, that they were responsible for it because they allowed me to come that week when originally they weren't. Oh, our names. Gosh.
Our names.
Hannah. This is Hannah.
I'm Hannah.
My name is Tyler.
Tyler.
Yes. I can't believe we forgot.
Our names.
I thought about it a little bit, but yeah, that's our names. So Hannah and Tyler. So the camp director says that they had a claim. The person who set up the break schedules said that they have a claim because they gave us the off time together. And then the coordinator of our program, the counselor and training program, said that they had a claim because they worked so hard to get us to be together all the time.
And the person who
and our counselors
hung out with us while we stayed up all night chatting that year before. So later, none of us, this was like just told to us at the time.
Right.
But later, they were all like, we knew it. And I, myself, in a relationship that wasn't this one, had no clue. Well,
so
had no clue.
Fun thing then comes is I start getting less and less patient and more sad about not being in a relationship.
Which makes me very
And
sad.
I asked Hannah's friend, like, hey,
Ooh.
what's going on with Hannah's boyfriend? Why are they still together basically? Like what is keeping them together? And they were like, well, it's not like a really like loving relationship. They're just kind of like friends. And I was like, oh, so they're not like really serious about each other? And she was like, no, not really. And I was like, score.
Right.
A little bit. I was still gonna be patient and respectful. No intent to be any Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Yeah.
But later, a friend of mine came to me and confided something in me because he knew about my feelings for Hannah in this situation. And he was like, I'm telling you this because I know you'll understand. Okay, so I was talking to this person over the summer and I kind of broke it off with them. And now that person is dating someone. But I've like realized over reflection that I still have really strong feelings for that person. And so I'm conflicted because I want to tell this person, but they're in a relationship now and I don't know how they would react. And so it's like a very similar situation to you. And I was like, yeah, that is interesting. I was like, I'll actually text Hannah to see how she would think someone should go about it so I can know how I should go about it.
So
we're from Brazil, Leo says. What about you? We're from middle of America, North Dakota, the state of North Dakota in the United States of America.
Yep. The
Smack dab in the
top,
middle of North America.
right by Canada. And our camp that we're talking about is actually really, really
on the
close
border
to Canada. 10 miles away. Very, very close. But we're from a different area than that. That's a little bit farther from where we live. We're in nearby Minnesota at the moment. Is where we're residing.
So
Yeah.
I text Hannah and I say, hey.
He lays out the situation that he just laid out.
She's met all these people, mind you. She's met every single one of them and knows their names to the faces. You did. You knew who Trevor was.
You me.
So he knew everybody, and I was very explicit of who it was. So it's not like one of those situations where it's like, oh, I have this friend who's doing this thing, and it's really me.
But wait, you're jumping the gun here.
I say, my friend is going through this trouble.
Yeah.
What do you think?
And although that story is long, all that is long and takes a long time to explain, I was like, oh no, that sounds a lot like what what is happening with you and me. But I didn't realize that Tyler was like mad crushing at that point. Still, like, this is me oblivious.
2 years later.
Yeah, years into it. Which, I mean, says something about me. But anyway, yeah, so I'm like, oh, dang, he's actually making this up. Even though Tyler says he knew the people, You knew their names. Some of them I didn't know. I knew one of them. I knew Trevor.
You knew.
But anyway.
You knew everyone.
No, I don't think so. So I convinced myself that he was making up this story about us. Like, he was retelling me our story and saying, it's a friend helped me through this situation. And that's when I realized that Tyler was like,
Madly in love.
yeah, and like really sad about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh no, I've been hurting this person for a long time. And I was like, that kind of like rocked my world a little bit. And I had to like really think about the relationship that I had been in and how I felt about it. And yeah, so that caused a lot of thinking in my brain. And, no hate on the person I was seeing before, but it,
have fun at your class, Leo.
Oh,
Leo
yeah.
has to go to class.
Bye, Leo.
We might be gone if you don't
But
find
we'll be
us.
back tomorrow morning at the same time. Thanks for joining.
Yeah. So
Much love to you.
You broke up with your boyfriend.
Yeah. So I had decided, we're pretty much good friends, and we will be totally fine being good friends. That other person and I didn't tell Tyler because I was like, he doesn't
Just give it some time.
need to know. Yeah, I need a little bit of time to hang out. After breaking up with a long term.
Yeah, and then it was like 3 weeks later.
Yeah, which isn't a lot of time.
It's not a lot of time.
But
relatively speaking.
Right.
And so 3 weeks later, it was her birthday, and the day after her birthday, I said over text because I couldn't wait any longer. Hey,
and we
can we make this legit?
Kind of a little bit of a distance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so then it's been happily ever after since.
That was like a week after you learned that
It was a week after I learned that.
I had broken up with said boyfriend.
Mm-hmm. But it was 2 years of waiting. So.
But
I was a patient boy. If it was one of those one of those marshmallow experiments where if you have a marshmallow and you wait, and you come back and you get 2 marshmallows if you wait.
If you wait for your
my teacher teaching math, me watching 2 people talking with me while drinking tea. How fun.
I like Twitch.
Oh, life is so much better with people, huh?
Look how these leaves have expanded.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember before or if you were looking when you... But now I pour tea on computer.
Almost.
Yes. But yeah, the leaves really just expand. They're packed so tightly in the cakes like this. But they expand so nicely when we drink tea. Yeah. Is there more? Are you making one? Oh,
you want some more?
Water?
No, we're not.
I want some more.
Okay.
So yeah, that is the beginning.
That's us,
that
man.
was how many years ago now?
4 years ago?
Yeah.
On our way to 5.
On our way to 5. And it's been sunshine and rainbows.
Yeah. We've never fought. Legitimately.
Yeah, we don't fight. It's like, I don't know, pretty compassionate people, I guess. We obviously disagree sometimes, and
we don't disagree.
We do.
Yeah.
You're silly. We definitely, are flawed human beings, but
Hannah's a real big sweetie, and
I'm tired of a real big sweetie.
I'm a big sweetie, so it works out well.
Yeah, we care a lot.
We're just soft people, like.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's the most true thing you've said all day.
2 big softies.
2 big softies with hearts that just,
Mm-hmm.
want to love and don't really want to fight anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, Fleshbox has a challenge for us.
Try to say parallelepipedo. Parallelepipedo. I'm so sorry.
Parallelepipedo?
Pipedo. Oh man, is this a Brazilian word?
Is it? Yes, and is it It doesn't sound like necessarily a word I know.
Yeah. Do you know English phonetics if you could write it out?
I took a singing diction class.
Brazilian word to a 3D rectangle.
Oh
Whoa.
my gosh. I was in like a very beginner level. Well,
Exploring mathematics.
I was in a class called Exploring Mathematics in my last semester of college, as like my generals courses that I didn't get out of the way right away. But icosahedron, that would be there. The polyhedrons of English are very, very fun words as well. Icosahedron, dodecahedron.
Yeah.
Now I forget, but I did a project on a 3D rectangle, a 3D shapes kind of thing as well.
The sun is coming out
Tomorrow.
today. It was cloudy when we started. Now it's bright, and I got my bright eyes on.
Squinties. We're both pretty squinty anyway.
I blame it on my genetics.
Yeah.
My dad walks around with a squinty face, but it's because he smiles so much. My dad's a smiley guy.
Yeah. You're pretty smiley.
I'm very smiley.
Smiles.
I don't know, not smiling. I worked at a super Target in Grand Forks where I grew up. And so on orientation days, they would take the new staff members out through the store. Actually, this was my dream last night that I couldn't remember.
That was my dream.
And during orientation, I would be working, just doing my thing, and the HR people, the human resources people who run the orientation, they would introduce me as, one of them introduced me as the guy who's always having a fantastic day. And the other one introduced me as the really smiley one.
Here's Mr. Smiley Fantastic Day.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not wrong. Or
Right.
they're not wrong. I don't know. Why did I
Yeah,
think he's a...
and if you ever work
What?
in
No.
retail in America, you'll see just the most destitute people for no reason. Just the fact that they are working.
They're having the worst day because they're at work.
Because they're at work.
Oh,
And so
society.
I would always walk in and be like, "Oh, how's your day?" I'm like, "Absolutely fantastic." And they're like, "Oh, what's so fantastic about it?" Nothing really. I don't know. It's just a day.
Tyler smiles and says, "My dog died."
Oh my gosh, yeah, that did happen. I called the
I did happen. Oops.
I
Don't
called
mean to
I had
bring
to
it
call
back
the
up.
management and be like, "Hey, can I go home? They're putting my dog down tomorrow."
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, "Yes, yeah, go." I was like,
Mm-hmm.
very sweet.
But that has to say, he's
That might have
smiling
been-
through it all.
Yeah,
That was maybe a more sad day.
that was a sad day, but still, I think like later that week was the time where I got like 2 tickets on my truck, and then also got really sick. And so, like, someone later in the week was like, "Oh, how was your week? I haven't seen you." And I was like, "Oh, it was a great week." And they're like, "Oh, what's been going on?" And I was like, "Well, my dog got put down. I had to pay like $60 in tickets, $60 US, and I got really sick at the beginning of the week." And they're like, "So what was good about it?"
Oh. Just your outlook on life is
Is
good.
there a difficult word in English like parallelepipedou? I mean, there probably is.
Oh, I would say a parallelogram
Parallelogram.
would be the like English equivalent.
Yeah.
Parallelogram.
So
I see.
in English, it depends on like if the Brazilian accent has specific sounds that are hard to make.
Oh, right.
You know, so like in French, certain words, like a French accent, it's hard because the phonetics, which is the way that a syllable is supposed to sound, manifests differently in the language. But yeah, there's a ton of difficult words in English, but I don't know what would be difficult for someone with a Brazilian accent to speak.
But just some like words that are hard to pronounce for most people who speak English.
Yeah,
Long words.
I can't really think of anything off the top of my head. I know the classic one for like people who are learning English is the like tough
Type.
throughout.
Oh, yeah.
So it's got the OUGH ending. And so, oh yeah, there it is. Sometimes a mistake pronounced cough, dough, throughout, and tough.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's, yeah. Just
just
the same wavelength,
Right.
you guys.
And so
Wow.
that one, yeah, for learning English is hard because all those words are taken from different languages.
Cough, rough, tough. Those are all spelled that way, but and said the
Dough,
same.
through,
But so is dough.
throughout.
Throughout.
And then thought is another
And
one
then-
that is in there.
In the word throughout.
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 Yeah.
I think I always
English should
Spelling.
just apologize to everyone. English should write a statement saying, we're not probably going to change anytime soon, but we're
we
sorry.
don't have like an academy of English like they do in France.
Rough and tough are the same pronunciation. Yes.
Mhm.
Fantastic. And I mean,
Go you. I think learning
Yeah.
languages is so cool and
well, how like,
such a tool.
so are you bilingual then or trilingual? I mean,
You look like you're distressed again.
well, like people who don't live in America,
Yeah.
especially in like Europe where there's all the European language, it's really common for people to be bilingual
And more.
and more.
Yeah.
And so in America where everyone's not even unilingual.
Oh my gosh. I mean, there are dialects like anywhere, but
Yeah. I'm just making fun.
you're
of
right.
Americans.
It's just sometimes people devalue language learning, especially in the education systems. My sister is actually a French teacher. She's much older than I am, 16 years older than I am. So she was our French teacher, my brothers and I, who are the same age. She was our French teacher in high school. And so that was fun. A brother-sister time.
So
class.
we've been notified that in
Ooh.
Portuguese, manga can mean sleeve and mango. So
Oh,
you have to
that's
use
pretty neat.
context.
What if you have
It's
a
like
manga
read
up
and
your
read.
manga?
Got your manga. I got a manga up my manga.
Look,
Oh man.
that's a cool. I love. Are those homophones?
Yeah,
Homophones?
right on. Words that sound the same that mean two different things.
Or homonyms?
Homophones that sound the same mean two different things. Homonyms is mean the same thing but have two different sounds. I don't know.
Like read
In red,
and read.
spelt the same but different.
I'll have to learn up on that.
Yeah. Well, I think it's about time for us to go. It's
Mhm.
been so fantastic enjoying our morning tea with you.
Yep.
We got work to do. We're starting a garden,
Starting a garden, we gotta plow the land.
and it's supposed to rain a bunch tomorrow, so it's got to be today.
And it doesn't look like it's gonna rain today anymore. When we got up, I was thinking maybe it'll be a rainy day,
Cloudy day.
cloudy, but it's a beautiful day.
Blouse sleeve is manga de blusa.
Mm-hmm.
Mango tree is avoir de manga. I'm so sorry for
mango.
pronunciation.
Oh, it'll be really cool to learn.
Wow.
Thanks for teaching us our language lesson for the day,
Yeah.
Ledge Fox.
Well-
And thanks for hanging out with us, Ledge Fox. You've
Yeah.
been quite lovely to have around.
Yeah, and we'll continue to be cute wherever we go. I hope you continue to be you wherever you go.
Probably really cute as well. I just don't know yet. So
And I forgot to do this last time, but I do like
Oh.
to end with a good bit of silence.
I like that.
So just to take some moment to breathe and
Hang
just
out.
relax a little bit and let your mind settle. The life goes pretty fast for most of us.
Mhm.
Just breathe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so the important part of silence is connecting with nothing, right? And interacting with nothingness. Because when you're in silence, you don't have any space to run away from it. And it is good to interface with nothingness as much as one can, at least to feel themselves in a space where they don't have any grounding.
Yeah.
So
To build a relationship with nothing.
Yeah.
Nothingness. That's what we've got, eh?
that's what we got.
Much love to you all.
Bye, everyone.
Peace. Blessings. Oh, thanks. Bye, Leo. Bye,
Bye,
Lesh
Leo.
Fox. Bye, Fernanda. Love you.